Fuck you, I'm smarter, bitch.
I can't believe you're going to rig this game.
We don't want to feel dumb anymore.
I feel so stupid right now.
We're here to find out if we're actually dumb. Don't ask us any questions.
Two bumbling morons. Fuck you, I'm smarter. Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with the guests to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube Live.
Beautifully done, Lindsay. Beautiful.
I'm really talented.
Happy to be here. Thanks for that warm welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
That's the new thing I'd like to say for this podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
On my own podcast. Yeah. Podcast? Did I say podcast?
Sure.
I can't
Ping
speak
pong
it.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't played ping pong in a while, and I miss it. That's all. That's all I had to say. Just that little note about ping pong.
I didn't think you would miss something like that, but okay. We could try it.
Hadn't thought about it in a long time.
We went there. Do you remember we went to, when we lived in New York, didn't we go to like Susan Sarandon's, or maybe we did that here in LA, to her ping pong club in the Standard? I swear we were there with like Andy Haynes. No?
Ping pong.
We went to a ping pong
There
club.
was a ping pong. How is that Susan Sarandon's? That's what threw me off. She owns the hotel?
She owns the ping pong club.
She owns every single one of those balls.
Yes, all the balls.
Good for her.
Great.
I always respected her.
Well, speaking of balls.
Yeah.
That seems like a
That's
good
a good
segue.
segue. Yeah. I like it. Professional podcasting.
It just slipped out of the mouth.
Don't they sometimes?
Like most balls do.
Okay.
We have a dear friend of the show.
We're inspired. Yeah. We're so lucky to have him here. I'm super pumped.
We met through guest number 1 of Fuck You, I'm Smarter,
That's
Tim
right.
Palazzola.
Guest number 1.
Yes, he is a host, a performer, and now we like to call him an under-the-radar drag queen.
Perfect.
Billy
Brilliant.
Francesca, it's the best. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Thank you for having me on the show. I forgot Tim did the show too.
Yes.
Yes.
He's episode number 1. He was our guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He also helped us come up with some of the format of the show as well.
He also did get the studio record.
He got
the professional studio record. He was the only one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Got kicked out of that studio. Probably because of the
you got in
show.
trouble?
But he was probably because of him.
No, it was like a one time, but maybe if we like you, we'll keep you. And then it was like, okay, bye.
They were like, we're good. Yeah, well,
it's like, are you
I've
done
had some
yet?
of those.
Yeah.
I know. I miss having a space. I love having it makes all the difference when you have a space. Oh my God, I've got it together. I'm making it. And then you're like back in your parents' basement.
Right.
And you're like, oh, well, there it is. It doesn't matter. Just do whatever and wherever you are. It's like,
well, you were a long time at Foo Bar, right? Was that your space?
Foo Bar is where
you had other spaces, I'm sure, but what's your
I had,
favorite space?
I miss the Standard every day. The Standard in Hollywood.
That was so
I miss it.
good.
Nice.
I am
nights,
this close.
bingo nights.
Oh yeah, we did everything. They gave me the nightclub. They gave me. I mean, I would drive in. I had a parking spot, and it wasn't like. And there'd be months that I wasn't there. And then I'd be back, but they were always, come up here, we host movie night, and they let me do whatever I wanted, and it was just the greatest group. That was my favorite space to really do stuff, and they, I'm this close to starting a Kickstarter to buy the hotel, to buy it back. I'm
Holy
like,
shit!
Hi, I need $7.5 million. Thank you, and then just put it out there. I just feel like you never know.
We did a show there, and because they had that little bar downstairs, like near the pool, and they would do like storytelling shows. We did a storytelling show there once.
Yeah. That was such a good show.
There were so many good spaces. Greg Wallach.
It was the show. What was it called? It was a food.
Something about food.
Oh, it was so good. It was such a good show.
But I went to one of your parties for Halloween once downstairs, and I remember it was just wild. Like, I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Was it over the top?
It was over the top.
That's it. I'm leaving.
So Billy was just, I don't think we were on air before when we said that. Billy was just billed as like someone hired him to perform or to host, and they called him an over-the-top drag queen. And he's like, what?
And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't even wear a wig. I don't even shave.
Amazing.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't shave
How
and I
over
don't
the
wear a
top?
wig.
Yeah, I'm not right. I'm not even wearing. I don't even have one of those rounded blending sponges that I see everyone using to blend in the
those
corner.
little egg things,
I'm like, I don't. No, I go tut with this powder. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Because
That's why you're the under the radar drag queen.
literally, no one looks at me and says, "Is that? I can't tell. Is that a real woman? Is that is that like a? I don't. Right. It's like no one cares. You know. It's like whatever. So yeah, that's all. I just saw the dick on your chalkboard behind you.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to put that right next to Lindsay's face.
Yeah, right on my head.
It makes sense. So does Lindsay. Okay, sorry, that's too much. That's
it's correct. Yeah.
Billy, you just did a one-man show at Casita del Campo.
Oh my God, it was genius.
It was so fun. I saw it twice.
I saw it once, but the first time I tried to see it, the lights went out and we got like a preview.
Blackout.
There was a full blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's just brilliant. It's just that was. I mean, I'm saying that's brilliant. I wasn't saying the blackout night was just like
you were
amazing.
too. The whole thing was brilliant.
Yeah. I just thought it was so. The whole thing was just odd. That space is really. I love it. I've done tons of shows there, but that's the first time I've ever been on that stage just by myself. Like I'd never done anything.
Oh, wow.
Like that there. Yeah, that was only. Cool. So I did 4 or 5. Well, 5. Yeah, if you count the blackout shows there. Everything else has been like ensemble and people, and I wrote shows that had other people, and but this was the first one. It's like it's just you, bitch. Get ready. I'd never been in the dressing room by myself ever until this time. I was like, oh, this is what it's like to be a star in a basement. But it was great. But I just love it. I just
really fun, and you focus a lot on you when you were little and younger, and it was so cool to see these pictures of you. And one of the things that you show and talk about is you had like a foot thing. Like, can you tell the listeners about little Billy and like this foot thing?
That filthy little cripple. Okay, listen. That's what I said on stage. People are like, oh, so it's me. I'm talking about myself. I can say whatever I want about. That's why I love performing alone, because whatever you talk about yourself, people, you can't say that. I can say whatever I want about this is my art. So, but I had something called leg perthes as a kid, and everything grows. My legs grew normal and all that, and the bones and then all the stuff. What that disease is that the hip bone, that like round, you know how there's the round thing in the bone, and here's your leg.
The socket.
That hip, the socket. That doesn't go into the socket. I know this is like a fisting femur. Joke. Yeah. Oh, I don't listen. You know what? Calm the fuck down. I don't know what a femur is.
It's the only thing I know. I'm just excited to share the one piece of anatomy that I'm pretty sure is what you're talking about.
I can use it in a sentence. Femur. So the doctors were like, yeah, his hip's not growing in, and they were like, and there was no way to fix it. There wasn't like, here. And the interesting part, I mean, that I love now as an adult, is that my mother was like determined. Well, and so the doctor, what do we need to do? We need to push his hip in. His hip has to always be pushed in so the bone learns to go in there, and we have to tighten it. Right. And so it was literally like it was an apparatus that my grandfather brought it to his welding where he worked as a welder. They welded it together, and then they brought it to an Italian cobbler who made the shoes and the leather straps and restraints to hold it in.
I'm seeing it as like torture, like a like.
No, you're absolutely right.
Right, like
I mean, it
like
literally.
medieval times.
I just threw it away. Yeah,
like an oldie timey like nutcracker type of.
It looks like a Run Forest Run, like in that scene.
Yeah, it is.
But with a giant boot. Foot.
Yes, it's exactly like that. But but even in that movie, that looked like classy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because of course that movie they had, but back then it was like it wasn't. I mean, I just threw it away. And I remember, I mean, it was so weird, but like the piece, there's a big round piece that you put your leg into it, and then they would wrap rawhide around the metal. So it was. I remember it being like excruciating, not excruciating. I remember it being uncomfortable all the time. You were just always uncomfortable. Right. Little did I know it would just gear me up to wear corsets. So it was like people like training. It's like, does it hurt? I'm like, nah, this is fine, bitch. Of course, it's for 4 hours.
Medieval torture chamber. Yeah,
that's literally. And my mom would cry. Yeah,
he showed this picture. He did like a slideshow in the back, and he showed this picture of him with the boot and the whole thing, and I died laughing like a piece of shit. But that's why you did this. I mean, that's why you put it there. It was so ridiculous. This picture and the angle and the front looked so large compared to this small child. And we all know you, and we didn't know that. Yeah. So we didn't know that was a part of your childhood.
Yeah. I have friends who don't know. Yeah, sorry, go on. Sorry,
no, I just wonder.
I'm trying to find the picture now. I don't know if I can find it.
We'll post it.
Yeah, send it to us later and we'll post it on
All right,
Instagram.
sorry. Oh, you're like Billy.
No, I don't have it.
No,
we don't. It's right.
I'm going to make you send it to us so we can post it.
System preferences. Hold on. I'm going.
But I wonder, how were other kids to you? Did they make fun of you? Were you well-liked?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. I feel like everything in my whole life has been just happy accidents that you either learn from or you don't. It's very simple. I was always effeminate and animated. So that wasn't like, oh, that happened when you were older. No, I was literally always like this.
Yeah.
Mom, I was always my mother would say as a very young kid, she'd say to my father, Bill, there's something about this one. And my dad would say, Diane, don't jinx it. That was what he would say to her.
Oh my
God. Hysterical. But you add the brace aspect to it, and the kids were horrible. But I mean, not only were kids horrible anyway, adults were horrible. It was
that's fucking disappointing.
Yeah, because I think because we're just so used to everyone having to look normal that anything that's we can't, what is that? And especially back in I'm young, so we'll say the 80s, but it wasn't the 80s.
Right.
But they were like
the very early 80s.
Yeah, they didn't know how to handle it. And I mean, I wrote a show years ago called The Special Bus. It was just a comedy. Because honestly, and I'm not, the special bus would pick me up for school, which was kids who were met, because I don't know what they do now, but the kids who had severely mentally retarded.
Yeah.
Or who now, need special care, but then it was just school system.
Right.
And
throw them all together.
Throw them into the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's video. I mean, now that I think of it, there's a video of my mom, me hobbling out to you want to hear something? I never even thought of this. I can't believe I didn't put this in the show. Do you want to hear, even amongst, I was going to say something really horrible, even amongst the mentally retarded, they were still mad at me because I always had to sit in the front seat because of my leg. I couldn't fit in the back seat and bend it to fit the other kids. So even amongst kids on the special bus, they were mad at me. I couldn't catch a break. They were mad at me. I was like, but it was just
couldn't win, Billy.
I couldn't win, which is, I love that. I'm like, everybody wins except for Billy, which is a joke we say at the clubs. But I mean, it was fine. You don't know any better. You just keep moving forward because what else are you going to do?
So how old were you when you took that off of your legs?
I think I was 7 or I can't remember if I had to get into it when I was 6.
Wow.
You were little.
Because I was little. I had to learn how to re-walk because when I was. Because I walked when I was a baby and stuff, that was all. But then my mother noticed me not walking and crawling again. She was like, what's happening? And that was when, I think that was maybe around, I don't know, 4 or 5. I was like, why is he? So there's a time frame, I don't remember, I asked my mother, but that they put me in the brace because they realized, it's not working.
Right.
Because I was in kindergarten and first grade and I think it came off by maybe 2nd grade, maybe. I think it was
so you
off.
were young still.
Wow.
Oh, I was young. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And my parents had to lug me around, and it just. I mean, it was. I had a brother and sister too, so of course they're like, "This fucking kid needs all this attention, all this special care. Take him to the welder, get him some oil." It was like, oh,
the Tin Man.
Yeah,
it was literally sponsored by WD-40. It's like, oh my god, enough already.
God.
But yeah, it was a really I mean, my memories of it are there. I guess I would say they're hard to think of, but I don't think of them because but I'm not someone who sits and I remember. I'm like, I don't fucking care. People sucked. I used to have to compete in track and field at school with their kids.
Wow.
And lose. And because of course, how the fuck? And of course, I'm running as fast as I can, and parents are like, come on, let's get going. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I can't live up to all your expectations.
Wow.
But my mother and father, they were like, fuck them. They didn't say that, but they were like, you're doing great. You keep. And I was like, okay.
Good for them.
Yeah.
So you had really
they were annoyed with you, but they made the best of it, and they still encouraged you. That's good parents for lying to you that you're doing so good. Yeah.
And they're still doing it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, Oh, you went to work today. Oh, we're so proud of you, honey. It's the same.
I need that kind of support too. I'm so. You took a shower. Look at you.
Right. Someone
you
brushed
are really
their hair.
going
It's
places.
Like, See, that's what my parents have been like because they realized just if we can keep them out of jail, this will be great.
Yeah.
Like I mean, So yeah, but it was a bizarre. It was just I never talk about it. This show was the first time I ever talked about it. My friends in Provincetown who've known me since I was 19, 20.
Good for you.
They were like you. Those pictures aren't real. You doctored those. I was like, no, it's me. Those are not you.
You just don't know about this part of my life.
Yeah. The big boot is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I can't wait to post it because it's like the angle that it's shot at too makes it look like 50 times bigger than it probably was.
But
he did that for sympathy. He got the right angles.
Yeah.
My left leg, which was fine, had to have a sole on the shoe like this.
Right.
Because the other side, the metal went it was metal.
Yeah.
Because it was just like,
nightmare.
But what's interesting about this, which is, and this is, you could look this up too. My doctor was Dr. Pappas, who was the Red Sox doctor, which, there's like auditoriums and fields. Because he was a really amazing doctor.
Well-known doctor.
And and my mother fought to have, and he took it on okay to see how do we fix this?
Right.
Because there was no blueprint.
Right.
He just was like, I think this will work if we do this. And over the years, they
you
adjusted
had
the brace.
this famous Red Sox doctor, but your grandfather still welded
leather, cowhide.
It takes a village. Yeah. And they said he's not going to.
1930? Like what? How old are you, Billy?
36.
Honey, I think this is a stretch.
That's why the time frame never lines up. It's like, wait a minute, this doesn't
match.
That's true. I am older, but it was a collective effort. My mom could tell.
It takes a village.
I'm sure. It takes a village.
Yeah.
My mom talks about because my dad's diabetic. When she first went to this medical center now, which is like this city now back home, she remembers going there and they drove and parked right there, and there was one person at the desk and like, hey, oh hi Diane, and now it's this. I couldn't.
Medical center.
It's it takes up blocks and blocks. And Mom was like, we used to drive right here, and my doctor was there, and my dad's doctor.
They used to take their horse and buggy and sleigh up there and drag you on a sleigh behind them.
Literally. It just was a mess.
With your big boots sticking up in the air.
Assholes. No one's angry. No, it was crazy. But it made me, I don't know, it is all the building blocks to make everything now.
Right.
To handle shit, to do. Yeah. I don't know. So I wouldn't change one day. I'm like, I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, fuck it. Like, that's where it gets messy. It's like, well, if I change, just leave it alone.
Then you don't know what it's going to butterfly effect and change.
No, no, I don't want any of that.
And one of the best things, one of Billy's sayings that I love, and I have a comedian that I love, Greg Fitzsimmons, and he says a similar thing. He always says, I pulled my way, I climbed my way to the middle. He's like, I climbed
I love it. Aim for the middle. Yeah, I love it.
And you say,
it's
aim
on my
for
Twitter.
the middle. Yep.
Aim for the middle.
And I love that because it's like,
love it.
You're just good enough. You're just liked enough. You're just busy enough. You have just enough money to just be in the middle.
Aim for the middle. There's nobody there and there's plenty of money. And my favorite part of the middle, which I only have recently sort of started seeing, is that, I'd see friends on television shows and I'm always trying to help people. Like it's my worst quality. I'm like, oh, let's do this. Let's get a group of people together. And it's so much fucking work. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Just do your, that's why this first show I was like, so you could handle the whole narrative. But when I say in the middle, you see these people when they're on their way up. And then you see them when they're
on their way down. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, honey. And I have learned to be just consistent. I'm always open to trying new things and having bigger things happen. But I'm like, I'm happy. I love my little house. I love my friends. And I can do things that, I don't know, that I do whatever I want. And it's like, what else do you need?
Right, exactly. That is the dream.
That is the dream.
You literally just described what the dream is. For me, anyway. I don't.
Yeah.
Who wants the manic, depressive rise and fall and bipolar ups and downs and
I can't.
mean,
it's
sure,
too much.
but yeah,
No.
And
too much.
Yeah.
I like,
It's too much.
steady,
Billy
happy,
and I
in control, free.
Billy and I don't know each other
Yeah.
super well, but I've been to enough events and I've seen you perform, and I know you enough to know that you like to be like, oh, I waited till the last minute. Oh, I did. You are always on time. You are always there. You fucking perform the shit out of everything you do. And you just own it. And like every event, like listeners, if you live in LA, follow him on Instagram. Every event is super fun that you host. You always
Thanks.
take care of the people that show up. And you're like
Everybody.
such a great host. You're the best.
Thanks.
Wow.
I do love doing it. I love hosting. That is like my.
Yeah.
I just want to host stuff. Here's the idea. Yeah. And I just on the phone before this, I said, okay, here's some new names for this new idea that I'm thinking up. That I'm like, oh, I can finally do this. I have a space for it now. Because I needed a big space. And I was like, everything else was too, it's just everything I do is so elaborate lately that I'm just like, but whatever. It's fine. But thank you. I do love hosting and I love people feeling that way. Because I've been yelling at so many people lately because they're just fucking up my shit. I'm just like,
no, you're
the
best.
I'm just like, let me do my thing. If I need help, I'll drives me
I
crazy.
didn't tell Kelly about your
Yeah.
show at all. I just said you have to come with me to see the show. And there was the night of the blackout. It only like the whole block went out of power. And Kelly was there for like you told a few stories in the dark. And Kelly was like, "Oh, I'm coming back. Like I'm picking up what he's putting down. Like I'm coming back.
in.
I'm in."
Yeah.
So
Timmy,
thank you
Timmy
for
and
doing
Brian
our
saw
show.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
They saw it. Well, before we start our games really quick, I just want to know.
Yes.
We know now about you as a kid and growing up. How are you quickly as a student?
Oh, terrible. I hated school.
Okay.
I hated school.
And you said you were taught, because we also asked, like, did you ever bang a teacher? And you're like, oh God, no, they were all nuns.
Nuns. My parents moved me out of public school, I think in the 5th grade.
Okay.
And brought me to private school. My brother and sister. My sister always was in private schools. But my brother and I had done public schools for a while. But I had a terrible teacher for the 1st grade and then again for the 3rd grade. But my 2nd grade teacher, Helen Borak, was this, and there's pictures, I have a picture of it too, on the paper. When she retired, my 2nd grade class was the last year. I wrote to her, we corresponded for years until she died. Like 20 years.
So you were a terrible student, but much beloved by teachers. Would that
by
be
some
accurate?
teachers, yeah.
Some teachers, the ones who got you.
She was right. Oh, she got me. Helen, I loved her, Helen. But yeah, I mean, teachers. I was terrible in school. And high school was no better. I got expelled my senior year. They had to bring me back because of student support.
But didn't you get expelled? Wasn't it like a miscommunication or something? Can you just
my mother was bad. I don't know if I can quickly do anything anymore. I left school. I had stomach issues my whole life, and I left school one day because I was like really in pain. But then once I left school, it would diminish, which was normal because my stomach would just. And when I came home, my mother was like, "Why are you home?" And my father had to leave work to come get me. My mother was bullshit. And she called the headmaster and was like, "What are you letting him out of school for? He's not even sick. He's having tea in his bedroom." And I was having tea. I'm like, "Mom, what the fuck?" I literally was like sitting tea reading. I was
Which
like, "Mom,
is a fine thing to do if you're feeling sick.
Well, I mean, I'm just like, but my mother had it. So then I went back to school.
She's like, first it's the leg, now it's his stomach.
It's a whole thing. So like the headmaster called me in and I was like, I'm not listening. And I walked out of his, I'm not fucking listening to this from you, and walked out. You're expelled. I said, I don't care. And I left school and I was flying to Europe after high school anyway. So I said, fine, I'll fly to Europe a month early. It was like...
Incredible.
I mean, and then they brought me back, but my mother was like, "Oh, he really was sick," because I was like deathly sick in Italy, and came back, and they were like, "Oh, he needs surgery. He's got gastro," and they did all this. Oh yeah, and then my mother was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, now you fucking believe me, don't you?"
You got me expelled.
Oh my God.
But I mean, they brought me back, but it was like, "Are you kidding?"
A whole thing.
The headmaster said, so many students and teachers were like, "You gotta." Bring him back. You got to bring him back. It's his senior year, and I was like, I don't care.
Nice.
Like, Yeah, it was cute.
Leave me alone.
And you're like, I really don't actually. You're like, I was actually fine with the decision. Yeah.
Bye, everybody. I mean, by that time, honestly, though, by that time, I had learned from school how to be in any situation, any clique, any group, I knew how to go, because that is honestly between my mother and the school. That's how I learned to be a host. Because it's like, I hire a lot of people to host things, or I try to, but it's so rare that you find someone who can go into any situation, any group of people, and communicate with them and relate and talk to anybody. Yeah. And I'm like that everywhere. And that's why people like, you're working everywhere. I'm like, yeah, because I can literally go to like Orange County and everyone is having a good time. Yep. And everyone feels seen and it's cozy. And it's like, because it's for a moment in time. Like, I don't have to live with these people.
Right.
And it helps. It really does help other people sort of see something different. And they're not going to see that if you go with like your agenda. Here's my agenda. Bitch, my agenda is for me and my friends and my life. I'm working. Like, what do we need to do? You want to have fun? Let's have cocktails. Let's raise money for something. All that shit. Yeah. But that's why, because high school and grade school, because I wasn't a jock, obviously. And like, when I went to school, I told you, there was a girl's side and a boy's side. It was separate. And I would just go play with the girls. And I'd get in trouble. You're detention. Okay. And I'd sit and read in detention. Am I done here? Great. I love it. It was like, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get hit. You're going to get, great. Do your worst. I couldn't care less. And it was amazing. They were like, this fucking kid's just ambivalent about everything. Like, and it's, it's the same thing now.
But I think that, what it sounds like is your parents were really supportive, and so they accepted you for who you were. So you knew you weren't going home to like a big freak out. Yeah. They were probably just like, Billy, stop getting in trouble in school. It makes us look bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
there was a lot of that. But my mother's a loose cannon too. My dad is the level-headed, like, let's all try to get. My mom and I are like, whose house are we burning down? I will fucking stab someone. It's like very Italian. And so, but it was, that's just, I don't know. That was school though. I hated school. I never liked it. It was
great.
Never like
we're taking you back to school right now.
We have 4 classes for you to attend. Are you ready?
Okay. Where's my clipboard?
Get your shit together.
Your pink clipboard and let me
get dressed for school.
Oh, there she is.
Oh,
listen,
gorgeous. Should we take a little screenshot for our Instagram?
Vintage white osprey. Anyone can get this if they have thousands of dollars. Or a friend's dead grandmother.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
I think we should get one of mine out of the way.
Okay.
Because one of mine is going to be the most painful of
Oh, God.
the day.
God. Why are we doing the bad thing first?
This is vodka. This is vodka.
Good. That was the correct move.
Let's just get this over with.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Billy, believe it or not, you said you've never legally passed math on your own, and you are not the first guest who illegally on this show has passed math. We had a guest pay someone
illegal math,
hire someone to get through math for them. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Not who
That's
you would
crazy.
expect too. Like really kind of prim and proper, cute girl. Right.
Jackie
it was Jackie.
Yeah.
So,
would not have thought. But
shit.
It's a devious one.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm just gonna pay someone to do this. Well, she didn't.
She said she
may
or
may not have paid someone. She doesn't want to be legally bound to this admission.
Oh, I cheated. Yeah, I would just cheat. I just cheated. Like I write stuff,
You do it on your hand, or what was your favorite cheating method?
We used to scribble it on rocks because I was so old. So we was.
Do you know the best?
Scribble on rocks.
The best way
like a piece
ever.
of flint, or is it just like charcoal?
Charcoal
from after you ate at the campfire for breakfast.
No, I would cheat sheets, little tiny square cheat sheets, like.
The best I ever cheated. I wore overalls, and I pulled it out, and I put an index card right at the boobs, and I pulled it so I could see right into my boobs and my cleavage. Yeah. Best thing I ever did.
Wow. Genius. That's brilliant. I didn't have boobs or cleavage, so I had to just improvise. I would tuck it into my sleeve, my cuff of my sweater, and then just sit there and you're writing on your desk. You just have to sell it.
You have to sell it.
Is anybody, you don't dart, you just do your thing, write it down, look at someone else's paper quick, got it.
It's kind of like when you see someone at Trader Joe's that you don't want to acknowledge. So you just look straight through them.
Oh yeah, you just pretend you're really interested in frozen pineapple.
You're not like, where can I look? I look like right through them.
You're
and
looking
so
at the...
I look through them that if they go, hi, I'm like, oh my God, didn't see you. But like also they can get away with not looking at me because they can see that I'm
because they're doing the same thing. Just two glazed ships in the night passing.
That's brilliant. Yeah, no, I cheated through math. All right, so how... I mean, so I can't imagine. I'm dying
now. Making us do math.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
No,
we're gonna play a game.
I'm already sweating. I'm so angry.
Yeah, Kelly hates this as much as you do. It's called Back to Basics with Billy.
I need a pen.
So
I'm making sure it's still voice recording. We're good. Okay.
Great.
I made sure.
So I'm gonna be the teacher. We're going to math with a game called Back to Basics with Billy.
Okay.
We're both going to answer this question. So write down the answer. We're going to do like Jeopardy style. Write down the answer, and whoever gets it correct gets a point.
Okay.
First question is, what is pi? Not the actual number, not the 3-1. What is it?
Oh, I didn't know.
What is pi? Just write anything that you think pi is, and I'll take the best answer. What is pi?
Okay.
I'll tell you when Kelly's done. Kelly's just drawing circles. Okay.
That's what No, I drew something. I was like, okay.
So I'll tell you. Billy, what is it? Let me see what Billy drew.
I drew this thing right here. Can you see it? Isn't it like a squiggly line and
you know what that looks like? The icon when you want to put a link in your like Instagram story.
Yes.
That's what that looks like.
Oh, I'm thinking because it's a thing like
close, though, to what it looks like.
But wait, it's this. No, it's this. Then it's that. It's this one. The second.
Yes,
that one.
that's what it. Yes, that's what it looks like.
It's
that
more
is
like
correct.
that. Oh, and there's a dot or something. There's 2 dots.
No. There's nothing. That's what it looks like.
Don't add on.
Don't add anything to it.
Don't add.
Kelly,
and an exclamation point and eyelashes. No.
I did.
She wrote like a Pac-Man.
Oh, a pie chart. No, it's not a pie chart.
I'll tell you what it is. Pi it has something to do with the circumference of a circle to the to the radius or the diameter of the circle.
Yes.
It's the relationship.
Oh, that's what it is.
Okay. Kelly is correct, but I'm giving Billy a point for the picture because it was a beautiful picture, and it was
a pity point.
It was.
No, I think you were closer to the symbol than I was.
But Kelly gave us the definition. So the definition is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter, which is the whole line.
So mine was incorrect. Yeah,
not the
radius. It's the diameter.
Yeah.
So here, I'll fix it.
Okay. Thanks.
No, that's.
I'll keep that information.
Does that look like
handy.
a pokeball?
Yeah,
it does have Pokemon ball, like that thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Question. Okay, I'm on it. Okay, that's question number 1.
Question number 2.
Yeah.
Whoever can write the most digits of pi, of the number pi, gets a point.
Well.
So write down as many digits that you remember.
Billy and I might be on the same page with this one.
Of pi.
I mean, I'm done. I can say I'm
done.
I'm
done.
Billy?
Is it only, I did 3 and 4. Isn't it only
3 and 4?
I may have actually won this one.
Oh, Kelly gets a point.
Oh.
3.14.
It's 3:14. Oh, I didn't.
3.14.
I only thought.
You got the 3 and the 4.
You got the. Just remember
I just
for the
forgot
future.
Just remember the next time you're in an online Zoom podcast math class.
Someone says, okay, Jesus, all right, I feel bad. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I have 1 pity point.
You have 1 pity point, and Kelly has a pity point and a half.
Okay.
Okay. What is the difference for both of you? Write this down. What is the difference between a circle and a disc? What is the difference between a circle and a disc? What is the difference between a circle and a disc?
Okay. I'm writing down the answer, but I don't know how to spell any of these words.
Okay, so Billy, you can just say it out loud.
Okay. The difference between a circle and a disc, I put width, but I mean girth, isn't it? Which I know sounds perverse. And I know how to get points. But is that...
I bet you know.
A disc is thin. A disc is thin, isn't it? Where... I don't know. I mean, I see it in my head.
So yours is girth. Your answer is girth related.
Girth related.
Girth versus girth related or width related. I don't know. Yeah.
Hi, Kelly.
For me, it's the surface area of the space in between the circle. Like a circle could just be the outline, but the disc is like this area, like it covers the whole surface area between the circle. Outline.
Wow.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Wow.
Okay.
Like a disc is like a plate, and a circle. Your food would fall through.
Let me get my AOL free hour one out that I have and look at it. That's what I thought. Like, see, a compact disc is what I thought. I was like, I don't know. Like, okay, these are really great questions.
It's geometry. It's geometry. So, okay, let's switch it up a little and let's get to numbers. Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
This is
good. Oh,
good. Oh, good. This will be better.
This is kind of a riddle.
Riddle. Great. We're doing new math, you fucking whore.
My life's a riddle. Hey, literally. What kind of fucking math riddle do you have?
Oh my God. Okay. Using only addition. So you can't do anything but addition.
Okay.
How do you add 8 8s and get the number 1,000?
Ew.
Oh, I have
fucking no.
So how do you add 8 8s?
What is that even? What?
Using only addition.
Wait, there's 8 8s?
And yes, 8 8s.
Yeah, 8 8s.
To get the number 1,000.
If there's, you're telling me there's 8 8s and I can only add them. I can move them around.
You
like,
can move
like
them around.
88 or something.
You can move them around.
You fucking whore.
Move them around, babies.
Sorry, I keep calling you a whore, but it's really just, it's how.
I'm not mad about it.
It's how this makes me feel about it.
But I don't.
It's okay.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah. I don't know how you get that. What was the number I'm supposed to get?
1,000. So Billy, you can move them around. You could use an 8, an 88,
888,
888. You could do all sorts of 8s.
But you can only use 8 of them.
Only 8 8s.
And you have to use all 8 of the 8s.
All 8 of the 8s.
Oh, God, this is disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, I did that, but I don't know. I added them. I got 94 as it's close to that.
Keep
94.
Keep going.
I got 94.
Try a different way.
But I don't even understand. I don't even understand what you mean.
I'll give you a hint.
8 8.
Start with it. Start with 888.
Oh.
And that's using 3 of the 8s.
And that's 3 of them. And then there's going to be
you're saying
5 more of them.
Oh, I thought you meant you take the 8 plus another 8 plus another. Okay, no.
You might get to that.
Can I use a new sheet of paper?
Yes.
Because
is there a time limit on this?
No.
I'll be here for like 2 more days.
No.
I'll just let you guys
let us go.
Scrambling.
Thank you for letting us go.
I mean, okay, so I don't know how to do any of this. I don't think.
It's okay. You can do this. Both of you know now to start with 888.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, you hold on.
1, 2,
Let's
3,
see if
4,
Billy
5,
can get it.
6, 7, 8. I did it. Oh my God, I can't believe I did it, Lindsay.
Maybe I did.
You can do this, Billy. I believe in you. Okay? Don't let those nuns. You got what?
I got 920. Is that
okay? So we're close.
I don't think you should have that.
How can we add like 80 to that? How can we add 80 to that?
If I divide this by pi,
yes, that's the move right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm giving Billy 10 more seconds to figure it out.
It's not gonna. It'll never. I mean, you gave me.
You can also just guess.
You need to add 80 to that. So think about that, and think about how you can rearrange your numbers a little bit.
I should probably have mentioned I'm dyslexic at some point during this.
Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, you should have maybe told us that before we were writing these.
I never think about it. And do you know why I don't think about it? Because I have an accountant, so I don't have to think about it.
And you've never legally passed math.
Wait a minute, though.
And why start today?
But you're using 8. So if you're dyslexic, you'll just switch the 8s, and it's still an 8.
That's a good point, actually.
You can't use this.
There's different types of dyslexia, though. I guess. Let's see what.
I have the gay kind of dyslexia.
Oh, then he can't do this. No.
Because the minute I hear 8, I just think 8 inches, and I'm like,
yeah, we were better with the girth of the disc.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Billy, what do you have?
Yeah, tell me. I never got off of 920, but I did 888 plus 16 because I thought 8 plus 8 is 16, and then
that is true, but you're only supposed to use 8. I'm writing down.
So I thought it could be a derivative of 8.
Well, that would just be using it twice.
Doesn't follow directions well.
But if he did 16, then he used 2 8s.
That's literally what I got. I used to say that does not follow directions often disturbs class.
Right. That's what's happening.
Yeah, that's how we're going to write you up for this podcast episode.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Kelly, explain to Billy what you did, and let's see if you got it right.
Kelly's a genius. Kelly's a genius.
Thank you so much.
She's okay.
I accept that.
She's okay.
888 plus 88 is 976. Plus 8 is 984. Plus 8 is 992. Plus 8 is 1,000.
That is correct.
So you start with 888, then 88, and then
see.
do a series of 3, just adding 8.
Oh, you can only add. So you can't. I was adding the 8s together and then getting more numbers. Because see, I did this one. I thought I was very clever by writing all the 8s.
Well,
and then writing
look at it.
Wow, look at his neat little chart.
See, I tried.
Oh wow.
I tried to do I'm like, okay, so that 94.
I mean, ultimately that could have worked though, because he did the 8 plus 8.
He did.
Like
just
if he
together.
if at some point he added 88, he may have gotten it.
That's what I kept saying.
Yeah. I would have never
I kept
gotten
saying
it.
you're 80 something behind, so do something with that. But it
didn't
Didn't click. No, it didn't.
I didn't understand the assignment.
It didn't get
so
through the Osprey hat.
This hat is gorgeous.
It's
My
gorgeous.
Friend,
it's stunning.
Moses gave it to it, and it came in a hat box.
Ooh.
As it should.
I don't want to brag about my life any more than I have to. I should have brought more hats today and just worn hats all day, but I only have this one.
Okay.
Can I take it off though it's hot? Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
I wear it once a year. I wore it I was hosting at the Eagle, and I walked in wearing all white.
Beautiful.
And they were like, "Bitch, you're crazy." But I love it. Okay.
All right, last math question.
We're still doing
there's
this.
more. Jesus
Last
fucking Christ.
Great.
Okay,
math
no one's
question.
angry. Okay, I got it.
What is an irrational number?
Get the fuck outta here.
Best answer wins. Just whatever you need to write. Show me something. What is an irrational number?
An irrational number.
What is
irrational number?
An irrational number. Anything.
I've got it.
Anything you can
It is
think of.
I mean, I have my answer.
Okay.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Kelly, you got yours?
I don't have anything.
Well,
but
are
I
you
don't
doing
need
that
to,
because you feel
I don't need to have
because
anything.
you are.
I'm not going to get it right.
Yeah, but you've already won, is what you're saying. I don't even need to answer this because Billy only has
she
one
doesn't
pity
know
point.
what it is.
It's coming from a place of
I don't know.
fuck
She's
this.
shutting
I'm
down.
shutting down.
She's shutting down.
I put number 7.
Oh. That is an irrational number, though. I think he's right. Hold on.
It's right there. Number 7.
He has a tattoo
It's on my
of a 7.
arm.
I love it.
Oh my God. That's not the answer I was looking for, but 100% you are correct. 7 is an irrational number.
Okay, first of all,
But
what were you looking for?
I was looking for the definition of an irrational number.
Why is 7 an irrational number?
Because
nothing can go into it, or nothing. It's right.
You can't divide it or something.
Divide it or multiply it into something, or what? No, it's not a derivative of itself or something.
You can't get a prime number. It's not a prime. It's a prime number. It is a prime number.
All right, relax.
It is
Everybody calm
Is it a
down.
prime number? Is it Optimus Prime number?
Okay.
Did somebody say 8? Oh, okay, never mind.
An irrational number is any number that cannot be written as a fraction of whole numbers.
Like 4 and 4.
Number?
I think it's like an odd number, but it's like it must be a lower odd number because I feel like at some point you could probably divide.
Because you can do like a
bigger odd numbers or multiples. So,
what a
That's
pointless thing to have thought of. You know,
it's a pointless thing. It's a pointless.
But no,
thing.
I love it. And I didn't know that 7 was an irrational number when I had it tattooed on my arm. I just love the number 7. I always have. But now I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, it's an irrational number. Of course, it's on my arm. Like, that's brilliant.
Amazing.
Okay.
Wow, you guys really nailed math. That was it. Back to the basics with Billy. Math is over. We could breathe. We can move on. We're all good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good job,
school
guys.
in session.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Math was not my... No.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I can't even... I never graduated college because I needed to take 3 math courses, and I was like, no thanks, and I left.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Doing it.
A lot
I
of
support
people,
that.
it
has ruined a lot of people's college careers.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
had a client recently, a younger girl, who's very smart, but she just like couldn't pass the math, and it was for a psychology degree. She wanted to be a counselor, and they were making her take statistics or something, and she could not pass it. I'm like,
I can't.
Hey, honey, as a therapist, you'll never need this. You need to cheat somehow.
Right.
I just finally told her, like, you got to find a way to cheat. You got to.
Because I never.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
No.
You don't need it.
Crazy.
You don't need it.
No, you don't need it. Well, that's why when I was in school, you're going to walk around with a calculator in your hand all the time. And it's just so hysterical to have cell phones. It's like, well, that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Like,
100%.
So weird. But it's like,
so
it's
weird.
bizarre.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
With all those insane functions.
The T183 or whatever it was.
I couldn't do any of it. I was like, no, thank you. Geometry class, any of it.
It was so hard.
People would, it was so hard. I mean, I hated it. I learned my times table because my parents locked me in the house one summer until I learned them from Mrs. Cooney. She made me learn them, and they would quiz me and drill them into my head. And I still remember them. Not 12s. I never got to 12s.
Yeah.
There's one that I never learned.
Hard.
There's one I never learned. I think it was 12s.
12s are hard.
They never taught me. They never fuck the 12s. They never taught me 12s.
The easiest.
It's not my
and
fault.
9's good for the finger trick.
Oh, I love the 9s, the finger trick with the 9s.
I don't know what the finger trick is.
Oh, the finger trick with the 9s. Hold up your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say you want to do 3 times 9. So you would go.
27, but
you would go. Yeah. So you would go 1, 2.
Take down your third finger.
Take down your third finger. What's left? Okay. These 2, and then 7.
Yeah.
Like if these
27.
Still up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're 27. Yeah.
So that works,
but it works for
everyone.
the whole, all of them. So say you want to do 4. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Put down the fourth finger. What's left is 1, 2, 3, and then 6. 36.
1, 2, 3. Okay. 36. Yeah, I know it in my head though. That one's
right, but if you didn't,
I don't know if the word's fun.
Okay, maybe it's not fun, Billy. You're right. Maybe it's not fun because math is not fun. But I think that one's interesting.
I'm sorry it wasn't fun enough for you.
Oh no, many times math has been. I say, oh, how can we have fun with math? Is a question I've asked myself for years, and we're answering it today.
I remember in like 11th grade or something, we started doing, I think we talked about this with my friend Justin, who was on the show a while back, because we were in class together. Algebra 2. Yeah. We both, at some point, we were doing fine, literally doing fine in the class, hated it, but like doing okay. And then we got to, it wasn't irrational numbers, it was imaginary numbers. And when we got to imaginary numbers, I remember Justin and I like looked at each other and fucking put our heads down on the desk and we're like, I am out.
I'm out.
I'm done.
I don't.
Not doing it.
And
I tapped out.
Yeah.
Never did math again.
That was it. No.
Awful.
I don't like it. I have a hard time with it. I do it out. I have to write everything down. I count with my fingers. They'd say, the nuns would say, the ruler. Don't count with your fingers. Why? I mean, they're mine. Why can't I use? You want to be doing this when you're in a business meeting? I'm like, yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I care if someone's like, you're using your fingers? Yeah, fuck you. I'm using my fingers. I don't care.
Yeah.
But people, it's all whatever. But I mean, I do have an accountant. Thank God. I just. He says, like, what is it? Here you go.
Just take care of it. Figure it out. Just don't. I don't want to get in trouble. Whatever you do, just figure it out.
That's how Judy Garland lost her money too. Well, that and gay husbands who were gambling and all that other nonsense.
Well, talking about nuns, talking about your teachers, nuns.
Sure.
We're going to talk about Catholic saints, female Catholic saints.
Oh, okay. God. I'm not going to know any of that. I love that you asked the Jewish person about Catholic
know, right?
saints.
It's like, I don't. I mean, there's
so
not a
lot
of.
There's so many of
are
them.
there? I just figured there was more
There's
men.
so many saints. There's a lot of female. There are a lot of female saints. There are mostly men, but there still are a lot of females.
Great.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
We're going to talk about someone who's not actually yet a saint. I'm going to ask you a question, Billy. Your first question is about a woman named Dorothy Day.
Okay.
So Dorothy Day, she's probably soon going to become a saint, says the Catholic Church. She was a writer and editor who lived in New York during the Depression. And she founded a newspaper called The Catholic Worker that grew into a voice for the poor during the Great Depression. So she was a driving force in what became a movement, and her unwavering advocacy for charity and pacifism made her controversial at times. Yet her work among the poorest of the poor made her an admired example of a deeply spiritual person, actively engaged in addressing society's problems. Anyway, no one had really heard of her until Pope Francis, when he addressed the U.S. Congress in September of 2015. She was one of the people that he named as like one of his like inspiring people.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so she was pretty cool, and so she's hasn't been like canonized yet or whatever the word is, but she probably will be, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna ask you a question. Which one of these things were not true of Dorothy Day's life? Which one of these things? So 2 are true. Tell me the thing that's not true about her. A, she was a bohemian, unmarried mother who lived in Greenwich Village.
Ooh.
B, she had an abortion. Or C, she had a divorce. All these things are like not okay by Catholic standards, yet she was super influential and is probably going to be a saint.
And what's the one that's not true?
Which is the one that's not true? So 2 of those things are true.
The abortion. She didn't have an abortion.
No, she did have an abortion.
Wow.
And apparently it devastated her, but she did have an abortion. Probably because she was too poor.
Yeah.
And she was a bohemian, unmarried mother living in Greenwich Village. The thing that was not correct is that she never had a divorce. She never got married.
Love it.
She never got married.
You
know what? That makes more. I just thought, oh no, there's no way she had an abortion.
Right.
But I mean, like, right, because she's clearly a lesbian. I mean,
very possible. I mean, wouldn't you?
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, probably, right?
Well, I wouldn't live in New York, but yeah, a lesbian saint.
I think.
Well, the Catholic Church doesn't. They don't have any gay people in the Catholic Church.
So it has come out right that she had an abortion, that she was an unmarried mother, whatever. Wow. But that's the thing that they're hiding. Yeah.
Right? They're hiding
that she was a lesbian. Yeah.
It's so bizarre to me. Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant.
Interesting though, right? I never heard of her, but I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
No.
Yeah.
That's really good for her. Okay. Wow.
All right,
Dorothy Day.
Okay. Right, is there only one? Do you have more saints? Oh no, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I love
we have more saints. Yeah, Lindsay, the next question is for you.
Yeah.
Have you heard
it's not math.
No, it's not math. My God,
no,
and it's mostly multiple choice. So we're in the clear. Therese Newman, have you heard of her?
Therese Newman
von Konnersruth.
Sorry, haven't
She's
heard of her.
A German Catholic mystic and stigmatic. Do you know what that is?
Oh, the things, the stigmata. Yeah.
What is that?
On your hands.
Mm-hmm.
The stigmata is
Billy a point. But do explain.
Give me a math point. But stigmata is when you bleed from your hands and your feet, because where Christ was nailed into the cross.
Exactly. So people who are like really devout, sometimes they'll get, and there's
marks or
sometimes they'll bleed or they'll just get marks, and is it true? Is it not? I don't know. People say they've seen it. Some who knows?
Got it. Got what it is.
Yeah. So Teresa, from 1927 until her death in 1962, was said to have never done what?
Okay.
From 1927 until 1962.
Poppers. Okay, sorry.
That is correct. She did not do poppers. I'm pretty sure.
Lindsay, safe bet.
She never spoke. B, she never ate or drank anything. Or C, she never stopped bleeding.
Wow. I'm going to say she never spoke.
That is incorrect. Billy, chance to steal. She never ate or drank anything. Or she never stopped bleeding.
No. How do you never eat or drink anything?
And how do you never stop bleeding?
How do you never stop bleeding?
I mean, that's why I'm like, she never stopped bleeding.
Said to have done?
Oh,
she said
to have stopped bleeding.
No, incorrect. She never ate or drank anything.
For how many years?
Apparently.
That's a bold.
27 to 62. I don't know, like 40 years.
No.
35 years. That's what they said. Although, listen. There is, either of you can guess. Bill, you might know this. There is one thing she is said to have eaten. The only thing she ate during that time. The only thing she said to have eaten.
Christ's blood, the blood of Christ, the cracker, the thing.
I want to say
the Eucharist.
The Eucharist? No. I want to say she ate pie.
Right.
That way it ties us into our math quiz too.
Very
but I know
good.
You do that. She ate pie. No,
she ate pie.
She only ate the body of Christ.
Give yourself a point, Linz. That was one of my questions.
What a dumb.
God,
Well, there was some guy named Dr. Otto Buchinger who people studied her because they're like, everyone's like, yeah, fucking right.
You're right. You're a liar.
Yeah. So they were said to have observed her for a period of. People would observe her for a period of time.
She would have had to eat so many body of Christ to get the calories that she needed,
and not to drink any water. Anyway,
to wash
Dr.
it down.
Otto Buchinger apparently observed her for some period of time and said, "I must declare that despite all care and watchfulness, we were unable to arrive at any conclusion or explanation as to the fasting of Teresa Newman or as to the phenomenon of stigmata. There is no indication that hysteria is here at work. What we can conclude but that in the truly devout stigmatist of Connersnet, there is, whether we like it or not, something spiritual which causes these phenomena. All honor to our science and its methods, but there is something at work which defies rational explanation."
No. Boo!
I don't know. Boo! Lying bitch.
Liar.
No, I don't. And they want to make her a saint?
Yeah.
She is a saint.
Ah, God.
This was like the 20s.
I guess we could all be a saint.
Yeah.
Liar.
But see, she's sneaking chicken wings and stuff.
Yeah,
She was wearing overalls. Look at my hand. She's eating chicken wings out of her cleavage.
%.
Yes.
I can't.
Billy, the next question is for you, and it's regarding this phenomenon of saints not eating or drinking. Wikipedia calls it anorexia mirabilis, also known as holy anorexia, or holy anorexia. That's my new exclamation.
That's my drag name.
Holy anorexia.
Holy anorexia. That's my new drag name. That's brilliant.
Or inedia prodigiosa. They also sometimes are called, these people are called the fasting girls. Oh. It's an eating disorder similar to that of anorexia nervosa that was common in, but not restricted to, the Middle Ages in Europe, largely affecting Catholic nuns and religious women. Self-starvation was common among religious women. Billy, your question is why? Was it A, as a way to imitate the suffering of Christ? B, it caused them to hallucinate, at which times they would see visions of Christ, who was basically their only possible boyfriend.
Whoa.
Or C, to fit into a smaller coffin to save money.
Oh my God, get out of here.
You know I want to say C, but since I need 1 point, I'm not going to, but I want to say that so bad. Like, I just want to look good while I'm in my coffin. Like, I need something it's literally something like slimming. A 2x4. And you're in your coffin, like, I feel great. My God, she looks thin. It's like, okay. Okay. I think I'm going to say A, to imitate Christ. The suffering of Christ.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely.
They used to
it's like the self-flagellation. Right.
It's all it's like, what are you doing?
That's my extra credit question, actually. So women were largely restricted to causing themselves voluntary pain by like celibacy and fasting. Like that's what the nuns were doing, right? So then it was, but then also there's also another type of suffering that was often more attributed to the holy men. What would they do besides celibacy? Which did they really do that? Yeah. And what else? What's that? What is?
They would whip themselves with Oakley tree branches or like there's also they did cat and nine tails. You know, but it was called something. I can't remember what it was called, but they would whip themselves with
self-flagellation.
I knew a lesbian. Yeah, is that what it's called?
And there's one more thing. I knew a lesbian
back in.
No, wait. Tell me about the lesbian.
We want to know.
This lesbian worked at like a spa, and her job was in like a sauna. She would not hit them. Yeah. No, with like cypress or like but she'd use balsam first sometimes, and she would she would do that to women.
Wow.
Well, that's why for the season.
Christmas. You know, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Right.
They used to. Yeah, what is that? I can't remember. I'm trying to think. I remember. I know this.
Yeah,
the
you
whipping.
got that. The whipping. I like you. You even. Yeah, you got the whole motion.
I'm gonna guess edging.
Lindsay, explain edging.
I want like
here we go.
just getting so close to coming. Like Jesus wouldn't want them to do it.
That's probably true,
right?
But they wore something called hair shirts, so it was like.
Shirts made of hair,
It was also called, what was it called? Sackcloth.
Sweat?
No, it was to be uncomfortable all the time. So it was like shirts made of hair, or sometimes they would have like twigs and things sticking in it. So like just that you would wear and you would just constantly be uncomfortable. Isn't that hard?
They want you suffering.
They want
Jewish people do similar things. Like
that's why.
And
there's
very
some similarities between Catholicism.
Yeah.
The suffering.
It's really so. Oh yeah, my grandmother, and when we were in church, if we crossed our legs, oh my God, she'd go nuts. Uncross your legs. You couldn't, because it was like you wanted
Jesus to be able to get in there.
Oh, you have to be uncomfortable.
Spread eagle. It's all
to
about
let Jesus in.
Spread eagle. I mean, it was just such a bizarre. I just found it so, all of it. All of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I turned away from the church. That's so dramatic. But I just was like going to Catholic schools and having questions, just like basic questions. That not even about the miracles. Because I'm like, walk on water. I believe it. That I don't care about. Change water into wine. Believe it even more.
Fine.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Love that.
It was like basic questions. It's like, and they didn't have an answer for like the basic stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. That you can't. I mean, it drives me crazy. That always drove me crazy.
Yeah.
The Catholic Church. I mean, any organized religion
now because of the Catholics.
Same with my mom.
Upbringing. Yeah.
Catholic upbringing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Atheist now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what But see, there's a whole side of that, which is a whole other show. But you get. It's because of organized religion. I think people then have turned away from spirituality in general.
Yeah,
and they don't know. It's like you have all your. I did a show years ago, and we talked about God and stuff, and I was like, let me break it down for you. If you're an omnipotent being and you have created planets and life everywhere, you don't care if someone's eating shellfish. That's not on your list.
Right.
That's not like you have other things to worry.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, but you know what I mean? It's like it's about being a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
But they don't. It's not a moneymaker. Why would you? It's it doesn't.
Right.
It's not a moneymaker, and it doesn't keep. And if you have trouble thinking for yourself, and you really need. That's the structure, which, you can do that, find that in a non-harmful way, but a lot of people go for the extremes.
It just makes
Lindsay,
me
We
nuts.
have one more question.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to find another picture that I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
but I don't
have to email these to us.
I know. I'm
Lindsay. You what?
Stop trying to show us a picture on your next telephone.
Show it.
That's what you're. I'm like, no. I don't even know. I don't know where anything is.
Just beep it through my beeper.
Wait. Because you remind
Do you know how to
me of
email
stuff.
a picture? I can show you on the system preferences.
I hate all of you. Just because I'm an old Amish woman. I don't know where anything is. I'm trying to find it, but I don't know where it is. I'll find it.
I'm going to
mail you. I'll email you this too, but I'm listening. I'm doing both.
Okay. Lindsay, I have a good one for you. This is the last question for Catholic saints. So female saints would also self-flagellate. One notable such is Saint Catherine of Siena, who lived from 1347 to 1380, who also claimed to have the stigmata. Apparently the wounds were invisible, though, so you pretty much had to take her word for it. But it was more of like a spiritual stigma. She felt it. Listen.
She's bleeding.
But anyway,
just go with it. Right.
She also wore a sackcloth and would whip herself 3 times daily. You have to. Her first vision of Christ came at around age 5, but it wasn't until she was 21 that Jesus showed up with a gift for her. He presented to her a wedding ring.
What?
Made of something special. He gave her a wedding ring, but it was made of a special material. Was it A, made from his hair?
Oh.
Was it B, made from lambskin?
Of course.
Or was it C, made of his foreskin?
Gotta go. No. I know what it is. I mean...
I want it to be his foreskin so bad.
I know you do. And that's why no one's tried to marry you. No one's saying... You can't go into Zales. You can't go into Zales and ask for a foreskin ring. No one's going to help you there.
Was it his hair?
That is incorrect. Billy, chance to steal. It was not his hair. It was either lambskin or his
I guess
foreskin.
lambskin, but I would have thought hair. I would have thought hair too.
No, it's actually his foreskin, guys. It is legit his foreskin. She then agreed to a mystical.
Whose foreskin did she take?
She took Christ's foreskin.
No, she took someone else's foreskin and said it was
someone
Christ. I want to know
She
who
didn't
it was.
physically have it. This is a vision.
Oh, it was a vision.
Oh, I thought, because I'm literally like, I'm thinking like, how does this bitch?
Christ
how does
didn't
this
really
bitch sell
show
this
up,
to a
you
friend of
guys.
hers? Okay, I don't know. I wasn't there. If she's, I mean, who's
Wow.
selling
I wasn't
foreskin?
She's like fake bleeding from the hands with someone's dick wrapped
I
around her
can't.
finger.
Hanging off her finger.
Let's do. Should we
A
do MASH
foreskin
for
ring.
recess?
Yeah, let's do MASH.
We're gonna do. Did you ever play MASH when you were younger?
No.
No, we grew up in the
No.
20s.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, for a recess, we're gonna do a quick game of MASH, which
I
is
can't.
mansion,
Like,
apartment, shack, house.
There were only
House.
shacks back then, I think.
and then
wait, is this that thing like this?
yes, it's kind of like
No,
that.
it's-
it
it's-
is kind
it's
of like,
not-
There was a version like that.
Yes.
Do you know that
right.
thing?
The paper.
Yes.
The paper, like.
Yeah.
Origami thing, whatever. It
Yeah.
was.
When papyrus was invented, they made that
Yes.
thing and you pick a number and it was.
Oh, yeah. Is that how you did it back then?
It's like
Okay.
I don't want to
so,
brag.
listen.
But yes.
no
You're
one
gonna
dumped
tell-
his baby in the water. Like that's how you played back in
Oh,
the day.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Baby in the. I'm opening my current. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Moses was in the water.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what kind of. This is for you when you're a kid, right? I'm gonna tell you who you're gonna marry, what job you're gonna have, and where
Right.
you're.
This is that thing.
What kind of
Yeah.
place you're gonna live? Okay. So the options
Okay.
are mansion, apartment, shack, and house, and then. You have to tell me 3 people that you had a crush on. They could be
Real people.
They could be celebrities. It could be a fucking cartoon. It doesn't matter. Like who were
When you
your
were
crushes when you were younger, and then 3 jobs that you wanted to have when you grew up.
Okay. So what do I? Okay. Okay. Do you need 3 names first? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just do Stephen, Mark, and Mark. Because it was 2 Marks. There was like 4 Marks. It's a whole.
Oh wow. Okay, Steve, Mark, and Mark. Love it.
Oh, but do you want 3 different people? I guess you want. No, but Marks are different, so it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
Just
2
remember,
Steves and a Mark,
The first Mark is which Mark?
or 2 Marks
Wait
and a
minute.
Steve.
No. Do a Stephen. No. All right. Do a Stephen. Do a Mark, and
Okay.
we'll do and do a Richard.
Oh, Richard. Okay.
It's a code name.
Got it. Okay, but you know who
For
Richard
Dick?
is. Okay.
I know. For Dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And who? Okay. And what did you want to be when you grew up?
The first job I ever really wanted, I wanted to own a zoo.
Ooh,
I wanted like a
good.
place for. I mean, but it was more like a rescue thing than it was like a zoo, like cages.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this
You
will be
didn't know.
open.
We didn't
but I
know
didn't
then. We didn't know
You
what
wanted
it
No, I
to
was.
do
didn't know.
Animal
but it
rescue
was like a
zoo.
habitat. That's really. We called it a zoo, so we didn't have anything.
A healthy zoo.
I wanted-
Healthy zoo.
Yeah, healthy zoo.
Okay.
Healthy zoo. I wanted to own like a little bric-a-brac store.
Aw, brick and brack store owner.
And my friend Emmy, who has the pygmy hippo, it's the closest thing I could ever. I love that store because she has all this weird shit.
The
and I'm
Hungry
like,
Hippo. What is it called?
The pygmy hippo on Stanley. She's a dear friend. I met her shopping. I love it.
Amazing.
There's that little
Cute.
bric-a-brac, amazing stuff. What is another job I want? I liked gardening. I actually wanted to own like a garden.
Oh, nice.
I love working with plants.
Yeah.
Gardening center.
Gardener.
Yeah, gardener. Gardening center. I didn't want to go fix people's houses. I wanted to I used to do that when I was younger and help people get plants for their yard and all that stuff. I loved doing that. Yeah.
Love it.
I gotta have you over the house. When you see my garden here, you're gonna be like, "Are you fucking you a geek?"
Amazing.
Timmy and Brian were just here a few weeks ago.
I know.
They were
You
like,
guys
Oh, I love
"All right,
that.
I built a
Have that in
we'll do that in the new
common.
year.
I
I'll have
love it.
okay. We'll have you kids.
That would be
over.
great.
Yeah.
We
You
would
can teach
love
me how
that.
to keep a plant alive. All right, I'm going to start making a spiral, and you're going to tell me
Spiral.
when to stop, and then I'm going to count the
Okay.
layers of the spiral. Just go with
Okay.
it. So I'm starting
Tell me when
now,
yeah.
and then you can just tell me when to stop whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. And stop.
Okay,
Ooh,
great.
good,
We got
good,
one,
good.
two,
Yeah.
3, 4 layers to the spiral.
I see big things
Oh,
for you.
okay.
Here we go. So now we're going to start eliminating things from your chart.
Okay.
So we have
God.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're not going to live in a house. 1, 2, 3,
Perfect.
4. I'm sorry, you're not going to be a zoo animal habitat
Oh,
rescue
no.
owner.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're not going to live in an apartment.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Perfect.
4. Richard is out.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3,
Twist.
4. You live in a mansion, Billy. You're going to live in a mansion when you grow up.
Yeah.
Knew it.
1, 2,
Knew
3,
it.
4. Sorry, no gardening center, but you do have the bric-a-brac store.
Woo!
And then
Oh, I
1,
love
2,
it.
3, 4. It's Steven for you.
Steven, baby.
You and Steven
Yes.
owning a bric-a-brac store, living in a mansion. It's doing well.
That's amazing.
That's
Because
a
he
good
owns a
life.
weed store. He sells weed.
Oh,
So
perfect. Well, he's the one
Same
bringing the
thing.
money in, I guess.
Does he own it? Because
That's
if
how
he
we got
owns
a
it, he's
mansion,
living in a
girl.
mansion. Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. All right,
Wow.
well, that was
That's a
MASH. I
that's
love
a right.
your
That's-
life.
I
I'm
do
looking
remember
forward
the
to hearing
spiral.
about it.
I do remember but I remember
You
the
remember
spiral.
doing
Now
that.
that you say it, I remember it. They
Yeah.
did it on the, and they would write it all
Yeah.
down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was hysterical.
I forgot about that, but we
that's
did
I
that
love
too.
thing, yeah.
To go into my next game, you have to tell a quick story about the Lynx. The people
game you
called
used
you
to
the
play?
Lynx.
The game we played when I was younger, which blew out my knee a little. I think that's what started
Which
me
centered
blowing out
you.
my knee. But yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Can
okay,
you
so
tell-
tell the story now.
Yeah.
We used to play a game. All the neighborhood kids. I mean, I'm sure I thought it up, but they could all get together. They could use, hockey sticks and ropes and nets, whatever they wanted, but they had to give me a 5-minute lead. And we picked certain yards you could use. You could cross the street, but you could only cross the street.
Yeah.
You couldn't. And it was called Lynx, and they had to capture me.
Amazing.
And they'd say go, and I would go, but and I would, when I would dress up, I had the whole thing. I was probably 19 when I was doing this. I mean, it wasn't because it wasn't just when I was a little kid. This went on for years.
Oh, this
and the
is
kids would
amazing.
get,
Oh.
yeah, 12 or 13, 15, 16 kids. And I would be on top, I'd be climbing up a tree to someone's roof. And the neighbors would start to complain, my parents, we could hear the kids on the roof. What the, under people's, I would literally hide in someone's doors. Oh, it was nutty. Go into
You
people's
definitely
porches,
thought up this
sit.
game.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
What kid thinks
And they
of
would
the
try-
This
Lynx?
is you.
Yeah.
This is you being
Yeah.
a Lynx.
Yeah.
And it's were you the
only Lynx?
I think.
only Lynx?
That I can remember. I'll have to ask my brother and sister, but it was because I was,
Hilarious.
fast. I mean, yeah. And I was also crazy.
Yeah,
I'd
kids
be
think
climbing
of
trees, yeah.
the lion, the tiger. No,
Or just
Billy
hide and
thinks of
seek,
the
but no,
Lynx.
I'm
The
a
Lynx.
Lynx. Try and catch me while I'm
Yeah.
scattering across your roof.
Literally.
Like a
Crawling,
psychopath.
hiding
I love it.
hiding in the brush
chimney,
near a
sliding down the
brook.
chimney.
That
Literally,
is
yeah.
my favorite thing.
Because they were then they'd be, and I would run past them and, of course, antagonize
Oh God,
them. But,
amazing.
Wow.
One time I did run, and someone had cut their lawn, and they put their picnic table up on its side.
Right.
Oh
Right.
my god.
I ran because we would play at night. We'd play at night
Yeah.
into it, and I was
even
on the ground because full force you run into it.
Oh
It was
Wow.
that was bad. That was
Well,
not a good.
I-
That was an injured Lynx. Lynx down.
Lynx
down.
out.
It was so-
Well,
that
I
was a
wrote a
fun game.
game called
my
Billy
God.
the Bobcat because
Billy the
bobcats
Love it.
are a kind of lynx.
That's our children's book. We're gonna write it. Billy the Bobcat.
Billy
It's about
the
a gay.
Bobcat.
Love it.
Yes.
It's about a gay bobcat who's not good at math. Okay,
Yes.
let's do it.
Yes.
Genius.
Love it.
Genius.
So, for the listeners that may not know, the lynx is any of the 4 species within the lynx genus of medium-sized wildcats.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you knew this when you started the lynx game, but they're known for their keen vision. Okay.
Oh, twist.
So they might have seen that upright
Yes.
picnic table.
They may have, but that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Because
You were a lynx in training.
bobcat, and maybe that wasn't as good with the eyesight. So we are going to play Billy the Bobcat.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Billy. Billy, which one of these is not true of the lynx?
Okay.
A, they hunt at night. B, they are incredibly fast. Or C, they can take down prey as large as a deer. Which one of these is not true?
I don't think they hunt at night. They've been out during the day. I don't think they're completely nocturnal, but I know they're like out during the dusk. Does that count?
No.
I know they can take down a deer, and I know that they're fast. That's it. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't. Is it? I don't know. I'm going to say it's A.
That is incorrect. Kelly, do you want to try to steal?
Can they not take down a deer?
They can take down a deer.
I thought so.
They are not known as a fast cat. Like all the other cats are much faster than them.
Okay.
Oh. Well,
but they are known for their vision, and that's why they're really good at getting
they're
prey.
keen. They hide.
They hide.
Okay.
I watched a video
Yeah.
of one of them stalking a coyote, and even though the coyote is like a much bigger animal, and technically they're the prey, they can hide and see so far away that they can kind of sneak up better than other cats can.
I did not know that. Okay.
I didn't either.
Coyotes, I don't know if you know this. Did you know that coyotes are the crystal meth users of the wolf community? Okay, go on. That's all.
That makes so much sense.
We are kind of crackheads, aren't they?
Truer words.
Yeah,
have
they're
never
like,
been
it's
said
because
on this podcast.
we just got back from Joshua Tree, and we're like, those coyotes are on crystal. Like they're just like skittish in this all the dish out. It's sketchy. You got any?
Sketchy,
and wolves are like,
itchy,
get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're really cracked out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
not for the reasons you think. They're just like, I'm not scared of you. You're unstable.
Yeah.
You need assistance.
You need a bath.
Dude, back up. Like just
Yeah. I love that.
All right.
Okay, Kelly. The lynx has a large territory between 15 and 50 square kilometers. How do they mark their territory? Is it A, they rub their scent glands all over the area? B, they leave their droppings? Or C, good old-fashioned urine?
Oh, I'm going to go good old-fashioned urine.
That is correct. Kelly, do you have my little noties? That is correct.
Do you have my urine bottle? Can I get my urine bottle?
We have a sample. Let's show the listener.
We're going to smell it together.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I would have thought urine too.
Kelly. No, I'm sorry. Billy.
Yeah.
Last question, then we're going to listen to some links on links.
Ooh, okay.
Billy, which one of these is not true of the lynx?
Okay.
A, unlike other wildcats, the lynx have natural snowshoes for their feet so they don't sink into the snow. B, they build dens to hide and protect their families. Or C, their tufted ears help to enhance hearing. Which one is not true?
I think it's C, the tufted ears.
That is incorrect.
Wow, I'm
Kelly,
terrible
do you
at
want
these
to try
games.
to steal?
So either they don't have dens or they don't have natural snowshoes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they have big, giant paws. Their paws are like, I know.
I kind of liked that one. I'm going to go den, but I think they do have dens.
No, they don't make a traditional den like other wildcats do.
Oh, so I was right.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They'll find
they
like
had
a
dens.
fallen tree. They'll find something already made and they'll kind of scoot and get into it. But they don't build anything.
Okay.
They just find,
wow.
take what they get and they don't get upset. Do you know
They're
what I mean?
we're fine.
Yeah.
They're easy. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I don't know anything.
We're going to do a quick couple of rounds of Bobcat or, and we're going to listen.
Okay.
Do I just do
Okay.
this?
Just
Should I
hold
just
it
do that?
to the, like...
Okay. So is this a Bobcat or Kelly in the morning before she has her morning coffee? Let's see.
It's not okay.
Dare you?
Okay.
I
This sounds like
don't think my morning sounds are on YouTube.
Can you hear that, Billy?
Yeah. That's Kelly.
Right? That's 100%
That's-
Kelly. I'm giving him a point.
What? It was not me.
That's,
All right.
I don't think it's the morning.
Kelly.
I'm not sure how you recorded that, but that is.
That is definitely Kelly in the morning,
It's
right?
not far off, though. I literally do moan
It's
with
not
you.
far
I
I
wake
know
up
you
moaning.
do. I know you do. Okay, Kelly.
That's the only way I can get out of bed. I have to let out.
I'm with you.
Kelly, is this a bobcat or this is Billy when his Amazon package doesn't arrive on time? Hold on.
Oh my God.
Zaya, what's wrong?
That's gotta be Billy.
Yes.
That's gotta be Billy.
Right, that is correct. That is,
Wow.
that is Billy.
Wow.
That is correct.
Wow.
All right, we'll
Really?
do one. We'll just do one more.
Oh my God,
Really
that's
nice.
funny.
Really nice, Len.
Okay.
That's wow.
We're gonna do. Is this Lindsay? Is this a bobcat or is this Lindsay having sex? Hold on.
Oh, I
Oh,
hope you
great.
didn't record yourself having sex
I
and then
did.
you're
I
playing.
did.
You know
it
she
for
did.
us.
Don't
Yes.
start.
Sick
Don't
fuck.
start. I literally.
I've heard you make that sound before.
Yeah, that's you. That's gotta be you.
yeah.
Because no. Oh, that's a wounded animal. Or that's a wounded animal that are having sex with.
You know
Whoever it
what?
is.
There's been a lot of instances where people will call the police because they think that a woman
Yes,
is
a
being
woman's
killed
screaming.
or tortured, and it's actually a bobcat.
That is 100% correct. I watched
Twist,
you guys.
that's crazy.
That happens.
They sound like screaming women.
But you know what? Can you, everybody listening, can you please just still call the police anyway,
Yeah.
just in case it's not a fucking bobcat and we need your help?
Right.
Okay, thank you,
Just-
allies.
I highly recommend you guys go down a bobcat links rabbit hole like I did
Yeah.
last night because
Yeah.
there's some good
It's a-
attacking people.
Oh God.
There's a video of one
Shit.
that jumps out at a man when he's coming out of his house, and the man throws it across the yard,
my
and
God.
it's like, it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
it's really good.
Some
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
instincts.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
We'll,
yeah.
we'll try to
That's
find it
terrifying.
and link it.
All right. That
Oh my
was
God,
good,
that's funny.
Len. Thank
Okay.
you. That was really
That was
fun.
very good. That
Thank
was
you.
very good.
Thank you.
Right. For our last
Ugh.
class today, we're going to Italy
Ooh.
because Billy, you said fuck off to your high school and you went to
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah.
How long were you there
I was there 3 months.
before you got your stomach aches again?
I had it the
Your
whole time I
fake
was there.
stomach aches.
He had the tummy ache.
The tummy ache. No, yeah, 3 months. I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 months.
Do you speak Italian?
Yeah. No, I did when I was there.
Okay.
Because
Did you
no one
learn-
spoke English.
Right. Did you learn any Italian curse words or any Italian like insults?
I mean, not that I can remember. I remember they would do this thing. If you ask someone a question, they would go, buh, buh. And my aunt was like, my aunt who's Italian, when she heard me do this, she said, Billy, do not do that. Because it was very like, I don't know. It was just like, buh,
But,
no,
But
buh. It's
Buh.
this word, yeah. But they didn't.
hilarious.
No, but they
okay,
didn't.
that's not one of my
Yeah,
questions,
but I don't remember
that
any-
was
yeah.
good. I think you get a
Okay,
point for that
sorry.
because that's one thing that you did know that we didn't know. You're teaching
Brr.
us. So this is just we're going to like Italian insult class.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna learn some insults and curses.
Is a
and
faccia
stuff.
gavone in there?
I don't know yet. I forgot.
Oh,
Okay.
stupido ragazzo. We know that.
Wait, what? Okay.
Stupido ragazzo. Stupid boy or stupid girl. Stupido ragazza.
Great.
Yeah.
I
We
love
yell at
it.
you. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're teaching
Whenever
us.
you learn a
Always getting
language, you
yelled
learn
at.
like the insults and the bad words first. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just how it is.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's see if you
Okay.
remember any of these, Billy. Let's start with you.
Okay, let's see.
If I wanted
Okay.
to, and my pronunciation, just FYI disclaimer, is
Sure,
probably
sure.
going to be terrible,
No,
but
you're
I'm going
doing
to try.
great.
All right.
Okay.
If I wanted to tell you to go fuck your dead family members, which is like a super
Okay.
insult to like not just fuck yourself,
Yeah.
but fuck your dead family. Like that's when you're bringing
Fabulous.
people's
Yeah.
family into it. It's serious.
Right.
Okay. Would I
Yeah.
about my family.
Okay, Real Housewives. Jesus Christ. What is that? Was
Real
that
Housewives
Teresa?
of New
Jeez.
Jersey.
Or is
yeah.
it Yeah.
Oh,
Teresa
I just thought it was a
Giudice.
saying.
No.
Oh.
She's like, don't
I-
talk about my family. She's Italian. She's crazy.
Ah, I love
She
her
sounds
so much.
it.
No, that's like really the only Housewives that I like to watch.
Yeah,
is
they're
New
Italian,
Jersey is my
crazy
favorite. Okay,
women.
all right,
Oh.
go fuck your dead family members. Would I say
Yeah.
A, vaffanculo a cite morto, or figlio de puttana?
No, the first one. Because putana
That's
is.
right.
in the first one. And molto is dead. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, was that okay to answer? Was that yours?
Yeah,
that was
Sorry.
your question. Yep,
I just jumped on. I just jumped in.
You
Okay.
got it. You did it.
I'm on it.
All
Okay,
right,
we're on
Lindsay,
board.
number 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Che cavolo means what the hell.
Okay.
But literally it means what cabbage or what balls. Which one?
What cabbage?
Okay,
or what
sorry.
ball?
Che cavolo means what the hell. But literally it means what cabbage or what balls.
Oh.
What balls?
But cabbage is so weird. Like, why would she write cabbage? But do Italian people even care about cabbage?
That's the question.
I'm going balls.
I never
maybe?
saw cabbage there.
Guys, it's actually cabbage.
Oh.
Cavolo is cabbage. Che cavolo. What cabbage?
Cavolo is
But it's like, what the hell?
Interesting.
That's
Che
crazy. I
due
never heard
palle
that. Okay.
is means what 2 balls, and it means what the heck.
Wow.
They said so.
Okay.
Che cavolo, what cabbage? Or che due palle, what 2 balls?
What 2 balls?
Well,
What 2 balls?
Interesting.
that's brilliant.
All right.
Okay, I feel it.
Billy, upgrade number 3. Upgrade your insults by calling an asshole a dickhead. Literally, this insult means head of a dick.
Okay.
Is it A, levati dai coglioni, or B, testa di cazzo?
I'm going to
Head of
say
a dick.
the second one because it says testicle.
That is correct.
Your testicle.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're
well,
that was an
leading
easy
him
one.
into it a little bit.
I
with
don't
the
think
Yeah,
more
I
testa.
just
and
feel-
I don't think
testes.
testa means testicle. I think testa means the head. Because testa
Oh.
di cazzo.
Oh.
Dick
Interesting.
is cazzo.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Tested
it is
head
that.
of dick.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, fine.
I did say I cheat, so I mean,
That's true.
so I'll take any.
So
take
Lindsay,
any
the
I
other
can get.
Lindsay, the other one, number 4, the other one, levati dai coglioni means A, get off my balls, or B, go take it up your ass.
Say it one more time.
Levati dai coglioni.
Means what or what?
Get off my balls or go take it up your ass.
Take it up your ass?
No, it means
It's the
get
balls?
off my balls.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
My Nana
Yeah.
would be rolling
Yeah,
her.
go take it
That
up your
doesn't
ass.
sound
is
like balls.
Vatella a pigliari in culo.
Culo.
Yeah.
Oh, in culo, right? Culo. Yep, that's
Yeah.
done. Once you hear culo,
Right,
'Cause
once
my-
you're
'cause
culo,
the-
you
my-
know.
yeah. Because my papa would say with his kids, "Wipe your coolie, wipe your coolie." Did you ever hear that as a
Wait, you're
kid?
fucking
Coolie.
coolie, nasty
No.
kid.
Coolie.
Coolie.
Because like bomb, coolio. What are you
Right.
coolie? But I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
All right, Billy,
That's
number
funny.
5. True or bullshit? True or bullshit?
Okay.
This Italian insult includes a farm animal. Li mortacci tua de tu nonno de tua madre dai 3/4 da palezzina tua. Is there was there
No.
is there that's correct. There is no farm
I
animal.
never. There's no
There is
animal
no
in
farm
there.
animal.
I heard mother.
There's no animal.
There
in
is
that.
no. It means
There's
fuck your dead relatives and your grandfathers and your mothers and those of the 3/4 of your apartment block.
Oh, okay. We'll have to
Good insult.
Yeah.
copy and paste that
We'll
and
have to
send
copy
that on
and-
over
yeah,
if you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
use
yeah.
it.
It's a busy week. That's a busy
Yeah.
week for someone. Yeah. All right.
Okay. One more question, Lindsay. Which one of these insults does not involve an animal? So there's a lot of animals.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one of these though does not involve an animal?
Okay.
Okay. Correre dietro alle farfalle,
Okay.
or porca miseria, or
Okay.
occa giuliva.
What's a farfalle?
That's the pasta. You eat the pasta.
I know. I think
farfalle.
it's farfalle. I think it's A.
That is incorrect, Billy. Which
Why
one?
are you listening to me? You know I'm terrible. Okay, no one's angry.
So
We're not
okay,
fighting.
so listen.
First
Don't
one
be
is-
don't be tricked. Don't be tricked, because it doesn't really. Even if you hear a word that might sound like a
Yeah.
food word,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that it's really about an animal. Do you see what I'm saying?
All right.
Like it could just.
No.
It's just like an
No.
expression. Just an expression.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's not the first one. Correre
know
dietro
it's not
alla
farfalle.
farfalle. Farfalle is butterfly.
Oh, which makes sense.
That means
to
run behind the butterflies, meaning you're wasting your time or you're chasing an unachievable goal. You're just running around behind the butterflies. Lollygagging.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
So these next two.
Okay.
Porca miseria or oca di oliva.
It's going to be a trick one. I think it's C.
Well, porco sounds like either fucking or a pig. So I'm feeling like that's that. And the other one, I don't know. Say the other one, the last one again?
Oca di oliva.
Oca di oliva.
I think it's
that one could definitely be a fucking an animal one. Oca di oliva. I'm going to say the third one is the fucking an animal one.
I never said it was about fucking an animal, just to clarify.
I thought it was about
but I like where your head's at.
Fucking a dead relative. Fuck your dead relatives with an animal.
Yeah.
Fuck your animals.
No.
Guys, it's actually porca miseria. Actually means for God's sake.
Oh wow.
So it's not really an insult. First of all.
Oh no.
Although it does literally mean pig misery. Porca miseria means pig misery,
porca.
but it's
so
just, that's why it was sort of a trick. But it's like it means for God's sake.
Wow, and farfalla.
Farfalla, with the butterflies. And then oca di oliva means merry goose. So if you call someone a merry goose, it means like they're really not that smart. Yeah, yeah. You're like kind of just a look at that fucking dumb ass merry little goose just bopping along.
My new show is called The Merry Goose.
The Merry Goose.
The Merry Goose with Bobcat Billy. That's our goddamn children's book.
That's so
The Merry Goose and Bobcat Billy.
And Bobcat Billy.
They're friends. They're friends. Yeah, I love that.
But they meet.
Wow, you guys.
That's not bad. Okay.
I really shit the bed on this episode. Do you know I got one fucking point on this episode?
Wow.
One
No, I didn't get
point.
Wow, you're pretty stupid, huh?
I didn't.
Oca di oliva.
Oca di oliva. Well, listen, it's time to tally up the points and see who the winner is.
Okay.
I am certainly not the winner with 1 point.
I'm not. No.
Kelly.
Yeah.
You have 7 points.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Billy, you are our winner with 11 points.
No, that's not true.
You did.
What did I get? Did I get 5 points for signing my name correctly?
No,
I mean,
even if we gave you like 2 sympathy points, you still won.
Right, and even if we added our points together, because
5, 6,
we
7,
each only
8.
did one game, we each only played.
Yeah, we still are
2
behind.
games, but even to combine our points to make it actually fair between us and you,
no,
you still won.
Wins.
Yeah,
I feel better about myself as a person. I do feel better about myself.
Good. You finally passed math.
I know, and I know you don't follow directions, but in the email, the directions we gave you told you that if you win, you have to look at us and say, fuck you, I'm smarter. And you also have to make a valedictorian speech. So
go for it.
Get it together,
Fuck
Billy
you.
the Bobcat.
Okay. Do you want the fuck you? No, I'm going to do my speech.
However you want to do it. However you want to do it.
I really wish I had a cap and gown handy. I don't have one in general, but I wish I had one because that would have been great. So let's imagine that I'm wearing one.
We'll put it on in post. We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. As you go out there in the world and move forward, we've had a lot of growing experiences together. But as we move forward together and separate and our lives take us on different paths, I want you to remember one thing. Fuck you, I'm smarter than both of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That felt good. No, it felt good.
Mean.
I liked it. I'm a self-flagellator, so that felt really good.
I'm bleeding from my palms. You just can't see it. And I really think that
I haven't eaten all day.
I haven't eaten in the past 22
I
years.
have Jesus' foreskin on my fingers.
Imagine that commercial. Are you looking to lose weight? Are you trying to slim down so you can fit into that coffin? Go on the Jesus diet. I haven't had solids in 14 years. I feel... Hold on, I'm tired. I feel great.
Amazing.
I mean, that's
good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
But that's this is when you tell me stuff like this it's funny. It's like that's a whole bit. Like
sure.
Yeah. Because I have so much religious stuff. I don't even talk about it.
Well,
'cause
you can
I
start
love
talking
it.
about
Sorry.
the
No, but it's brilliant. You've got
Take
me.
it.
fasting
you've
girls. The
You've both
anorexia,
inspired me to think more.
whatever.
No, I love
Good.
it. It's
I'm
hysterical.
Jewish. She doesn't believe in God, so we need you to run with it.
I can take care of it. As long as you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. It really is like that's the whole.
I
If there's
believe in
one
everything.
thing I can take away. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like if it makes you happy, whatever. I mean, it's fine. I'll be here forever, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'll be here either way.
Right.
So I mean, with more cripple stories and more stigmata stories,
it.
I don't see any stopping in sight.
Well, Billy,
Good.
since you're going to live
yes.
forever, will you plug all
Yeah.
of your plugs for our listeners so they know where to find you?
No, I'm retiring. After today, you'll never see me again. This is it.
Great.
Don't
Perfect.
go to
I'm
any
like-
of his events.
He's done.
Don't you
Don't.
dare go to
I'm
anything
done.
he's hosting. He's retired.
I'm retired.
This has
No, I
forced
don't know what I'm
him
doing.
to retire.
This is. They want me out, but I will post. Listen, I'll post the show.
Well,
whenever
what's
it
your
comes out, obviously.
Instagram?
You kids are wonderful.
What's your Instagram so they
My
can
Instagram is
find
Billy
you?
Francesca.
Okay,
Billy
great.
Francesca. That's it. It's just my name. Yeah, it's super easy. And I'll share all this on all my stuff too, obviously, because I mean I'm very popular.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank
I know
Thank
you
you.
are. Billy, this was
Is there-
so fun. I can't
No,
wait to
thank
have
you.
some drinks with you. This was super,
And
I
see
know-
your
fun.
plants.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to have you over the house, and you can come because Timmy and Brian just
Love
saw
it.
my new deck that I built, and you can come over and we'll see all that. But I'd love
Oh,
it. This was very
amazing.
nice. I'm sorry
Yeah.
it took so long to get together since my
No,
show
all
ended.
good.
And
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's
absolutely
just
perfect.
being a busy lady. I try to
Yeah.
stay busy, and that's all you could do. I'm going to send you all the stuff,
Okay.
Sounds
pictures,
Yes.
good. Yes.
and then I'm going to upload this to I'm guessing a Google Drive, which
Yeah,
I've
we're
heard
going to
kids
tell
do.
you what to do. We'll tell you all what to
Okay.
do.
You're like,
Okay.
okay, I'll wait.
Let's
So-
say goodbye to our
I
one
want-
listener.
I want our
What-
listeners to hear what's
Oh, I
happening
forgot
right
we
now.
were live. Oh my god, I forgot we were live. We've said so many horrible things.
No.
No,
Okay.
it's good. So
That's
we'll
not
say
too
goodbye
shabby.
to our live
Yes.
viewers.
Wait.
And we'll
Bye, thank
also
you.
sign off on the podcast,
Yes.
the audio
And
version.
then we'll tell you what to do.
Okay, so hold tight.
Don't
Okay,
forget
that
to
sounds
rate,
right.
review, subscribe, tell your friends, follow Billy, follow us at Kelly and Lindsay. Go on our YouTube lives. You can watch this whole episode. You can see
Subscribe.
Billy's fabulous hats and him bleeding from his hands and his foreskin. And Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.